The materials should be applied in a clean, dust-free, well-lit room. Your workshop should be within the temperature range of 15 to 38 degrees C. The vehicle and reflective material should have been placed in the workshop at least 24 hours at this temperature before commencing any application. This will allow time for the preparation of the vehicle. It will also ensure that the vehicle's surface and reflective material have time to reach room temperature. In cold climates, surfaces should be warmed up in order to achieve optimum substrate temperatures. Applying the material in hot environments can cause the film to stretch more easily, and the adhesive becomes too aggressive upon initial substrate contact. The vehicle should be cleaned, well rinsed and finally dried. The correct temperature is vital to achieving a good adhesive bond. The use of an infrared thermometer is recommended. Check multiple parts of the bodywork and the actual kit to be applied. Successful adhesive bonding always starts with surface preparation. To achieve a strong and permanent bond, it is important to remove all contaminants to provide a smooth, clean and dry surface before applying the adhesive. The surface must be thoroughly cleaned of all grease, road film and any other materials that will affect the adhesive bond. ORAFOL only recommend ORACAL pre-wrap cleaner. Other surface preparation cleaners may contain slow evaporating solvents or scented additives that may affect the final adhesion properties. ORAFOL cannot accept warranty claims when such cleaners are used. Use a clean cloth with ORACAL pre-wrap cleaner and wipe the surface in one direction only to avoid spreading contamination. Do not spray the cleaner solution directly onto the vehicle surface. Instead, apply to a clean cloth and undertake the cleaning action. If a new or unfamiliar substrate is to be applied to, carry out assessments of adhesion prior to any work. This also applies if the vehicle bodywork may have had any accident damage and subsequent paintwork repairs. After properly preparing and cleaning the substrate, the following tools are required to apply the product using the dry method: a squeegee with a soft side or a cloth squeegee sleeve to avoid scratching the film. Ensure any felt edges are not worn away. Masking tape 15 to 25 mm wide, magnets and a pair of scissors or appropriate cutting blades, and a heat gun with a temperature range of 250 to 400 degrees C. We will now demonstrate how to apply ORALITE VC 612 Flexibright in fluorescent lime and ORALITE 5650 Rapid Air in black to the side of a van. These colours are typical of the colours used by Highways Agency vehicles. ORALITE VC 612 Flexibright is not an open cell structure material and therefore does not require edge sealing. This helps save time in the conversion process. Before beginning any application, lay out all the pieces of the kit onto a table. Check for any damage of panels and keep the design plan in a convenient place. All of the kit panels are numbered to ensure that the position of each piece is easy to follow. Before you begin, please note, it is important to avoid touching the adhesive side of the material during application. This is especially important on the material corners. Before completing any application, undertake a full, dry run of taping all of the materials onto the vehicle with the liner still intact. This will reveal any missing elements. ORALITE VC 612 Flexibright is a vinyl-based reflective film and as such will conform more easily to curves, surfaces bending in two directions. However, it should be limited to minor curves only. Complex curves can be avoided by templating smaller pieces that will be butt joined, giving the appearance of one single piece. Do not use any source of heat to make ORALITE VC 612 Flexibright conform to curves. ORALITE 5650 Rapid Air has a homogeneous black consistency of colour, and the Rapid Air technology make it quick and easy to apply. Position the piece to be applied on the vehicle, with liner still on it, and keep it in place with masking tape securely holding the piece at the top. Place masking tape so that half the masking tape is on the piece and half will be in contact with the surface. It will serve as a hinge during application. Ensure that the piece is in the exact desired position. Remove the liner and squeegee pieces into place. It is important to avoid touching the adhesive side of the material during application. This is especially important on the material corners. You will notice how easy it is to apply these products. Use very firm overlapping strokes and avoid trapping air. It is important to use a squeegee that is in good condition to maintain the best contact. The material should not be applied around corners or edges. Instead, it should be positioned a minimum of 6 mm in front of the edge. ORALITE VC 612 Flexibright is easy to reposition if necessary. Repositioning should be done slowly, pulling back at 90-degree angle. The film can stretch if pulled too hard or too fast, causing damage to the reflectivity as well as registration failures. It is ideally recommended that the vehicle is kept at temperatures between 15 degrees C and 38 degrees C for 24 hours to allow the adhesion to build up between the substrate and the material before putting the vehicle into service. Optimum substrate temperature for removal of ORALITE VC 612 Flexibright is approximately 35 to 40 degrees C. Keep the angle of removal perpendicular to the surface and pull at a moderate speed. If the angle is more or less than 90 degrees, there is a greater chance of adhesive transferring from the sheeting to the working surface. Once the material is removed, there may be adhesive residue left behind on the working surface. The residue can be removed using packing tape or duct tape. With a repeating motion, dab the adhesive residue with the adhesive side of the packing or duct tape to pull off the residue. Leftover adhesive residue may also be removed with cleanup solvents and adhesive removers. Before use, always review the manufacturer's MSDS and test the surface in an inconspicuous area for compatibility. Due to the enormous variety of paint systems and substrates, ORAFOL cannot guarantee that the product will be cleanly removed from the working surface. We are now going to demonstrate 3 options for Chapter 8 vehicle chevron marking kits, typically used by highway or motorway maintenance teams. The high visibility markings need to cover as much of the rear-facing position of the vehicle as possible without obstructing the windows. In addition to what we show here, red retroreflective tape or lozenges should also be applied to all rear-facing edges of open doors, guardrails and equipment lockers. ORACAL 7510 overlaid with ORALITE VC 612 Flexibright 150mm chevrons. In a methodical fashion, position all the panels in their correct location, using the drawing supplied as a reference. It is a good idea to start from the bottom left and work your way up. Before applying the red over the yellow material, align the red 150mm chevron panels up with the corresponding dry white number and alignment marks on the fluorescent yellow base material. Use masking to hinge each panel. Wipe off the numbers so that they don't show through the product, then apply the red chevron. To remove, warm the material gently to a temperature between 35 and 40 degrees Celsius. ORACAL 7510 Rapid Air overlaid with ORALITE 5600 or 5400 150mm chevrons, with the red placed over yellow in production to make a one-piece chevron. Here we apply a one-piece chevron that is super fast to apply and remove due to the airflow properties of the 7510 Rapid Air fluorescent yellow base material and the one-piece manufacture of the kit. Here, red 150mm chevrons are pre-fitted to the base flow yellow material in the production process, saving time on application. ORALITE 5600 is especially developed for high-quality commercial and fleet livery to produce lettering, markings and decorations, or chevrons as is shown here. ORACAL 7510 150mm stripe next to 150mm stripe of high-intensity grade material such as ORALITE 5960 applied in a planked, non-flood coated format. The ORACAL fluorescent yellow 150mm chevron and ORALITE 5960 red chevron pre-taped panels are aligned on the rear of the vehicle as per Battenberg procedure, then affixed individually. The alignment tape is then removed, along with the dry wipe numbers. As you can see, ORACAL 7510 has intense fluorescence at daylight exposure, making it ideal for Chapter 8 vehicles working in roadside conditions. The reflective films have excellent resistance to corrosion and solvents.